Hi, welcome back everybody. So we're going to be talking about some changes that are coming to the channel soon. You're probably going to notice that I've already started implementing some of them. One of them is I've installed some new mods to this playlist. The UI has been updated. I switched from the Darnified to a more Skyrim style UI called Northern UI. That was brought to us by a modder called David J. Cobb. It also has an Imperial version, which is what I'm using. That was modified by a modder, I think his name was H4. And I added a new animated menu that looks really cool. I'll be showcasing that in a future episode. That was brought to us by Juju. So some great modders there. They can all be found on the Nexus. I also changed the monster mod that I'm using. Before I was using Mardigan's monster mod, and I found that the creature skins and the blood effects were not up to the standards I wanted. And in addition to that, I found that it created too many enemy spawn points. I spent way too much of time fighting just random enemies. So I wanted something a bit better. Now, in the past, I've used a mod called Creature Diversity by Zaldair, and really liked it. Quality reskins of a lot of enemies, creating a lot of diversity, some new enemies, but not too many enemies, so you don't get sort of bogged down doing quests. I've got that installed, and hopefully we'll see a few new enemy skins in this alien dungeon I'll be doing today. Let's see. In addition to that, I want to change out the leveling mod that I'm using. I found that I had installed a mod that makes it so that my skills move up at a faster rate, because I found that some skills, particularly the magic skills, moved at a extremely slow rate. Very disappointing. Restoration in particular, and since I wanted to play sort of a restoration using warrior, that was just not going to fly. So I tried using a mod. Unfortunately, just increasing it by 5 times made it so that I leveled up far faster than I wanted to, and the result is that I didn't get to see a lot of lower level enemies introduced by some of the mods that I installed. So that was a disappointment, and I'm hoping to remedy that. I plan on uninstalling that mod. And to that end, I'm thinking about reloading to an earlier save, and also separating sort of the quests into different playlists, so that people who aren't interested in the Mages Guild quests can select a playlist that's labeled Fighter Faction Quest Line. Or if you're just interested in seeing the main quest line, then you'll select the playlist Main Quest Line for Oblivion, and that will allow people to sort of see the content that they want, rather than trying to search through a more vaguely named, hyped for Skyblivion or Skyblivion hype playlist. So I'm hoping to create some separate playlists. I'm also thinking about creating, separate characters for these playlists. That way I can showcase and have the fun of playing some different custom races and, some of the classics that I've enjoyed in the past. I've got a lot of races installed by the Ezios alternate races, and including dryads and Falmer and some different vampires and haunted ones. So there should be some fun stuff to check out there. And classics like Bretons. I've never played an orc character in any of the Elder Scrolls games, so it'll be fun to play that. And so we would check out these different characters in different faction quest lines. This would also allow me to go through an entire faction quest line within, you know, like the span of a week or two, so you get a more complete content. It looks like I lost my bodyguard. Oh well. So I think that would be an improvement. As it is right now, I'm sort of half-hazardly just going from quest to quest, and you know, that might be a little frustrating for some people, especially since it might be a while between uploads at times. So you might forget, oh, what happened in the Mages Guild quest line, or what happened in the Thieves Guild quest line. This will also make it easier for me to play, you know, some faction quest lines that don't really blend together with the same character. Like, it doesn't make much sense for you to play the Dark Brotherhood faction quest line and then, you know, switch over to the the Knights of the Nine. It just doesn't make sense. Dark Brotherhood, Knights of the Nine, same person probably wouldn't do it. Or even, you know, the Dark Brotherhood and the main faction quest line. It'd be a bit hard to justify going around murdering people and then saving the world. So I was thinking that. I'm also thinking of trying out videos without commentary. Typically when I'm playing, it's late in the evening after I've finished work and studying for the day, and you probably noticed that I lose my train of thought quite frequently, and I miss a lot of opportunities to comment. When I originally started this playthrough, I really was hoping I'd have more energy and be able to share some of the Elder Scrolls lore and some of the tales of stories. This is an example right here of some of the new creature skins. Originally in Oblivion, you just got skeletons, and they all pretty much looked the same. I think there were a few unique ones in later storyline that wore pieces of blade armor. Here are some that are dressed in Imperial plate armor, so that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking trying out no commentary. If you've got a strong opinion one way or the other, please add it to the comments. It'll help me know whether I want to do that, or maybe whether if people don't think that this game would do well, no commentary, then I can do what I'm doing right now, which is I record the game and then I do commentary afterwards when I have a little more energy. So definitely like your feedback on that. Next would be, the next change that I'm thinking about implementing would be, as I'm doing right here, showing more third person. You may have noticed that my character is slightly off-center. This is because I installed a game called Walk Blessed that creates, in addition to allowing you to walk sort of diagonally, which I think is actually another feature of the Northern UI as well. It also puts you a little off-center so that in third person you can better see who you're fighting, particularly when you're using like a bow or magic. So I was thinking trying out more third person. That would allow me to showcase armor, modded armor, reskinned armor a lot better. Let's see, I also, another benefit of doing separate characters for the different faction quest lines and having separate playlists would be that I have an opportunity to show off a greater variety of mods, different suits of armor, different suits of weapon. You're probably noticing that I'm using a modded weapon right now. The blade I'm using is an Insanity weapon. I believe it's called Celtic Blade, or something very close to that. I forget the exact name. It's been a while since I installed it, but it's a really sweet katana. You also can get a one-handed version, and you can dual wield with some of them, and cool stuff like that. I'll also show in a moment a Warhammer. If you're a fan of the fantasy game universe of Warhammer Fantasy, I'm going to showcase, I believe it's an Imperial sword soon. And so I'd be able to do, you know, more stuff along that line. So I would certainly be interested in hearing the different views on these plans. I'll try to get this up by tomorrow. Today's the 13th, so hopefully it'll be up on YouTube on the 14th. And I'll start recording a no commentary playthrough of the main story and upload it. And I'd appreciate if you all viewed it and let me know. Do you like it without the commentary more than you did with my attempts at commentary? Would you like me to go back? And what do you think of the change of mods? The new UI, the new monster mod? Yeah, and I wouldn't worry too much about, you know, my restarting the main story. We're only actually like 2 or 3 quests into it, so should be able to knock that out in just a couple videos. After the main quest, I'll start doing the individual faction videos, and I would be interested in hearing which one you all would like to see first. The Dark Brotherhood, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Knights of the Nine. I'll also have a separate playlist for just exploring some Alien ruins or some dungeons. I installed Better Dungeons and SNES Better Dungeons, which reskin and revamp the dungeons, making them a lot more interesting, a lot less cookie cutter. Here are a couple Warhammer style swords. It's hard to see it in this dark area, probably particularly on YouTube, but I'll use these in my playthroughs. I'll probably use these Warhammer blades when I'm doing the arena faction. And so let me know what factions you'd like to see first, if there are particular dungeons or particular side quests, and I'll just sort of stick those in their own playlists. So if you won't feel like seeing some side quests, you can switch over to the side quest playlist. If you feel like seeing some exploration of Alien ruins, you can hop over there to the Alien Ruins playlist. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Let me know what you think.